What's up, Lunations? Today, I'm showing you a team that can climb all the way to top 100, top 200 in Axie Infinity Origins. This build has been crushing in the current meta, and I'll break down everything you need to know, from key cards to pro tips, matchups, and even the total cost. Let's dive in. So the team we're featuring today is Bleed Team. It's made up of a plant front line, beast mid, and reptile back. This build focuses on DPS, and it's super effective in the current ladder. What makes this team stand out in the current meta is it's strong against sustain builds, has consistent damage output, great versus AoE teams. While a lot of teams struggle with AoE, this one covers that weakness really well. I'd rate this team's difficulty as medium. The reason is that it requires careful hand management, combo timing and proper execution. Overall, it's just pretty straightforward mid-game. Let's break down the key cards for each Axie and their roles in this team. The first one is the front Axie, a plant Axie. It acts as a support in the early game but turns out deadly in the late game. The eyes is a gecko which helps you cleanse any debuffs from your mid and back Axie. The recommended charm for this part is Gecko Mask, which applies taunt to self and allows your other Axies to be safe from a single target attack. The mouth is a silence whisperer which helps your Axies against poison or bleed to survive longer. The ear is a pink cheek which allows you to potentially manage your card early game in order to execute your plan properly. The recommended charm for this part is pre-order tag, so if you have bad cards initially, you can use this one first to get rid of the cards you don't need early game. The horn is strawberry shortcake which costs 2 energy. This card allows you to penetrate onto high enemy shields with low HP on the late game. The 2 energy suits it best as well due to the charm Wooden Idol, which helps against Jinx team as well. The back is Sandal, which costs 2 energy as well. It is also recommended to put Wooden Idol charm for this part so you can deal with Jinx team pretty well. This card is also high damage card that allows you to finish the unfinished business of your other Axies late game. The tail that I'm using is Tiny Dino, but the top players on the leaderboard are using Iguana. I'm only using this for now as an experiment. For the rune of this Axie, it is recommended to use Gaia's Embrace, which increases your Axie's HP by a good amount and allows them to have Leaf which heals them when your turn ends. This Leaf is also good for the mid Axie, and you'll know why in a bit later. Now for the mid Axie, the Beast Axie. Let's discuss each part, rune and charms for this Axie. The eye part for this Axie is Chubby, which is one of the key part for this team composition. This part allows you to attack all enemies and apply bleed to them. The recommended charm for this part is discount coupon, to reduce the energy cost from 2 to 1. For the mouth part, it has Catfish which is also an AoE attack that synergizes well with the rune for this Axie. The ear has a Leafy which hits a random Axie 3 times and if consumed a leaf, deals even more damage. Works well because you have Gaia's Embrace from the front Axie which gives you a leaf to consume. This part is a good finisher when lacking a burst damage late game. For the horn, this Axie has Arco, which is also an AoE attack that works well with the rune of this Axie. The recommended charm for this part is Hidden Razor, as it allows the attack to have bleed, and if there is more than 4 bleed, a grievous wound would be applied, which makes the enemy lose more HP if they used a card under the effect of grievous wound. For the back, it is a Cupid that is also an AoE attack and also applies weak, which is another debuff that reduces damage and shield grant of the Axies affected. It also works well with the rune for this Axie. And for the tail, it is Gerbil which is also an AoE attack. The recommended charm for this part is also Hidden Razor which amplifies the effect of the rune. For the rune of this Axie, it is recommended to use Brutal Claw. The single and AoE attack of this Axie creates a Bloodstorm, if they have bleed, which damages the enemy by 12 horsepower per Axie. So if there is 3 enemy Axies affected by bleed and this Axie used an AoE attack, there will be 3 ticks of Bloodstorm, making it very lethal. Now for the last Axie, the Reptile Axie for the backline. Let's now discuss each part and its recommended rune and charms. For its eyes, it has 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐠𝐬 as well, for which the recommended charm is also discount coupon, allowing you to stack bleeds on enemy without costing that much energy. The eye is confident, which allows you to dispel minimal debuffs, crucial against team with much sleep. The recommended charm for this part is Black Gourd, which works well with the rune, allowing you to apply doubt without costing an energy. The ear is also a pink sheep, which allows you to manage your card if you have bad draws, turning it into a good one, hopefully. The recommended charm for this one is also Black Gourd. Then 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐠𝐬 for its horn, allowing you to deal damage to all enemies as well. Paired with a hidden razor charm, it really works and synergizes well with your rune for every debuff you deliver. They gain a doubt as well. The Cupid for its back, with more debuff and an AoE attack as well, amplifying the synergy with your rune. Then the last part is the Ranchu for its tail, more debuff and more damage for every enemy Axies. For the rune of this Axie, it is recommended to use Paralyzing Glare. For every debuff cards you used, it also applies doubts to your enemy, which amplifies the damage of bleed by 25%, making it very lethal. Now let's dive into the gameplay and pro tips for this team. Initially, you may want to draw 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐠𝐬 from either Reptile or Beast Axie. This allows you to be in a better position against your enemies. Once a decent amount of bleed is on the enemies, it will be easy to use your cards with Hidden Razor as they will have more impact due to the application of grievous wounds, making it hard for the enemy to play more cards. Combining it with the doubt produced by your Reptile Axie rune, the Bloodstorm produced by Brutal Claw of your Beast Axie will be very synergized with it, amplifying its damage output by 25%. This team is good against AoE, Tiny Fan, Rage Comp. Basically the team that uses or plays a lot of cards which is needed for their timing. With Bleed, every cards they play will be used against them as the game goes by. And for the weakness of this team is a team with a Plague Bearer rune, which deals a damage to your Axies based on the debuff amount of the Plague Bearer user. With more debuff you put onto it, the more damage you get as well. The tip against this matchup is to burst the Plague Bearer user using your Plant Axie first if possible. For the cost of this team, since the parts needed for this team isn't from breed or rather hard to acquire from the marketplace due to most of this team are results of metamorphing, the costs may vary. But I suggest that if you are finding the likes of this team, you must have at least 3 part of the original parts needed for this comp when you are looking for a Nightmare or Summer Axie which can be morphed. Now we're done discussing about the team, we can watch the fights featuring my own Bleed team. Thank you and I hope you guys liked it.